The fires in Patagonia, which eliminated thousands upon thousands upon thousands of acres of forestry. Why was it done, Jen? Why would they do that?
Why would a bunch of Zio-Nazis be setting fires to land in Argentina? Well, part of it is I don't understand, because on the one hand, they're going to be given a chance to be there in the property regardless of whether or not it was set on fire. So I'm not entirely sure, other than they're simultaneously clearing land and maybe devaluing it so that it's cheaper to get the land, because again, they're welcome there anyway to get property there. So that's what I'm not entirely sure why that's a benefit. But yes, the Zio-Nazis are burning down land, burning down forest land, starting forest fires in Argentina. And this is not the first time that this has happened. They've done this in the past. Apparently they did the same thing in Chile years back. So, okay, so it's to lower the price. So I get, yeah, okay, that makes sense, but it's so off the wall that we're talking about this, that they're setting fire in Argentina. Like, it's
to a wildlife reserve, no less. So here is a more recent clip of the aftermath of what has been happening.
Que nos prendan fuego a la Patagonia. Sabemos que es a propósito, lo tenemos recontra en claro, que hay poderes que están del lado, tienen un interés inmobiliario.
See that?
Yeah, they have real estate interest. It's just, I guess it's strange to me that the land has more value when it's burnt.
Well, it's not a question of it having more value.
It's cheaper. I get that. I guess I don't know. I guess I'm not understanding how the land values work with what they're trying to accomplish, because it seems to me that they could clear the land either way to do what they want to do. So I'm not completely understanding that.
Or maybe from their perspective, it's cheaper to just burn it down and then build up from there. Either way, this was not an accident. Somebody caught a handful of these fuckers on camera doing what they were doing, and it turns out that they were Israelis. I mean, if it were up to me, I would just hang them in the public square.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, okay. Well, let's just start our own whole extrajudicial process then, and we'll just start. Let's bring back.
I think we can skip the due process part at this point.
Well, just because we live in a rogue nation and they don't follow laws, and we have no adherence to international laws, nobody follows laws. But I'm going to go with the concept of due process as what's just. And so it isn't a matter of it's the law. It's a matter of I'm going to stick with what's just, even though these people do not do so.
Kind of like the fires in Lahaina. Yeah. I am always suspicious of all of this. All of it now.
What do you mean just in Hawaii? What about the ones in California?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Palisades. I said Lahaina. I said both.
Oh, I just heard Lahaina. Yeah.
And that much fire. And first of all, you have to have somewhat of a stand down order in order for that type of fire to spread like that for that long and destroy that much land. So when everyone is up in arms about Maduro and no one says a damn word about Milei, when we all know that he's the truly corrupt son of a... I mean, listen, I'm not here to celebrate Maduro, but the idea that you think Maduro's a bad guy, but somehow Milei isn't? I mean, what world are you living in? It couldn't be more obvious.
Inmobiliario, tienen interés minero, y es algo que ya últimamente lo hacen en nuestra cara y ni siquiera lo disimulan. No tienen nada, o sea, no lo disimulan porque tienen todo de su lado.
Colin,
so this is the strategy. That's just great.
Colin, can I have the article? May I have the article, please? So I do believe that they are going to relocate to Argentina, among other places. But who's to say that they're not going to do similar actions in Cyprus, similar actions? Well, they're getting kicked out of Thailand. They're getting kicked out of Japan. They're getting kicked out of a lot of places. But Argentina seems to be a place that they are ready to plant their flag. And this is going to be an interesting read because it's from the Jerusalem Post. Retired Argentinian general claims Israelis caused Patagonia wildfires in anti-Semitic conspiracy. Argentine Army's former deputy chief, alongside several key figures from the opposition, share a false accusation that said 2 Israelis used an IDF grenade to cause a wildfire. Yeah, they were just caught on camera doing it, but, that's antiseptic. Argentine retired military general Cesar Milani, alongside several key figures from the opposition, shared an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory on Sunday, claiming 2 Israelis used an IDF grenade to cause a wildfire in the Patagonia region of southern Argentina. In a post on the wildfires, Milani placed the blame on a foreign state, pointed out that by the locals themselves as responsible, alongside a picture of Argentine President Javier Milei waving an Israeli flag. Again, I don't see any lies.
No.
Waldo Wolf, what a name, one of Argentina's Jewish community reference and deputy in the city of Buenos Aires legislature, called Milani a coward, claiming that he was trying to hide his anti-Semitism by not explicitly mentioning Israel.
Okay, so they went and found the key Zio Jew to get the quote from, of course. Well, again, this is the Jerusalem Post. This is swill.
Well, yes, but that's what we want to see. We want to hear what the swill have to say. Opposition lawmaker Luis Dialia, who is also accused of being the link between Iran and the Argentine administration that gave impunity to the Iranian politicians accused of the bombing of the AMIA in 1994, posted, "The Israelis are going around burning Patagonia. Listen to this kid." Yeah, they are. Scroll up for a second, Colin. I want people to see this. I mean, the rage that I feel for these people already cannot be expressed in definitive words because it's beyond that.
Yeah.
But imagine somebody coming into your country and burning your land.
And a place where they're invited with open arms, no less.
Of course they are. But therein lies the rub, which is, why are they doing this?
Well, that's what I mean. And in the chat, I think David Hunter's talking about there's the laws in Argentina regarding land that can be developed, and what the ban on developing burnt property apparently was lifted. And so there's probably, I mean, yes, it all comes down to an economic developmental reason. This is a real estate deal. And that's at the end of the day what we're looking at.
Keep going.
And they're evil. These are evil fucking people. The false rumors. Let me say this, though, seriously, with all Hasbara, which is the Jerusalem Post is total Hasbara, if it's so ridiculous and it's so far-fetched and such a conspiracy theory, then why would you even feel the need to write an article about it? Why do they feel why did Netanyahu feel the need to be the first one to comment after Charlie Kirk was murdered, or after, anything happened? Why? Because you're guilty.
As sin. The false rumors about an Israeli involvement in the wildfires that are hitting the Patagonia region started on Saturday, when radio host Marcela Fudel stated during a live coverage that there were reports of 2 Israelis causing the fires. She later went back on her statement, said that she didn't aim to discriminate against anybody. Why? Because she got threatened. Somebody threatened her for saying the truth.
Exactly.
And apologized for using a mistaken source. She even shared a post by Meretz Argentina and sociologist Kevin Arai Levin that explained why it's important to combat these dangerous theories. Yes, very dangerous. Some of the theories shared online claim that an M26 grenade produced by Israel was found in Patagonia in the context of the fires in the province of Chubut. Argentine fact-checking group Chakwedo addressed the false claims, stating that the grenade was actually a Model FMK2 produced by Fabricones Militares.
See, I think it's chequeado. I don't know.
Chequeado. Well, that's what I said.
I don't know.
As confirmed by the provincial government, the wildfires that advanced across Chubut have already affected 3,500 hectares, 35 square kilometers, with reports that rain in the area is helping efforts to extinguish the fires. Well, thank God for that. Chequeado. President Milei slammed the journalist, saying she is part of the dark side of Argentina. I don't think it was a coincidence. They used Israel and the Jews to attack the government, and it got completely out of hand. Let me explain something to you guys. Do you really think that anyone would put out a story as an independent journalist just to peg it on Jews? Or or was it probably confirmed beyond any doubt that they were able to identify a person that they saw starting a fire? They found out who he was, where he was from, and they deduced it down to, okay, this is a Zionazi in our country starting a forest fire. Why are they starting it? Well, the Zio scum that are in places like Israel and even potentially here in the States, they're not welcomed anymore. They're not welcomed, and they're going to get pushed out. How do we know that? Well, let's finish this and we'll share with it before we bring
Can
it
I just say, if you want to be like discreet, maybe take off the yarmulke. Maybe don't wear a little hat, and then nobody will know exactly who you are. Well,
President Milei is required to wear that hat at all times, Jen. Even if he's not.
I'm talking about the people that started the fire, and not just that, but it's interesting. So you're out there violating humanity by your mere existence and what you're doing, but you're wearing your little hat to symbolize your belief in a higher power. It's really you can't make up that irony.
Colin, you are not where you need to be. Keep going. Mauro Bernstein, president of the Delegación de Asociaciones Israelitas Argentinas, or the DAIA, told Clarin, pointing without evidence to two Israelis as responsible for the fires is irresponsible and dangerous. It generates stigmas, reinforces an so now it's anti-Jewish, not anti-Israel narrative and hatred. The media have an enormous responsibility. A lie is not an opinion. From the DAIA, we will not allow it. So are you conducting a thorough investigation into who started the fire? Are you going to discover who actually did start these and figure out that Israel probably is behind it? No, they're not going to do such a thing.
This is such Hasbara. Do we need to finish this? I think our guest is here.
Yeah, scroll down for a second. Argentina delays Jerusalem embassy inauguration over oil project near Falkland Islands. So remember, guys, Argentina, like the plans that Machado has in Venezuela, they intend to move their embassies to Jerusalem. But please, nothing to see here. Everything's above board. And don't suspect that Israel had anything to do with the burning of thousands upon thousands of acres of forestry.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see here.